Hello, everyone, and welcome to CoCreative NoCode's Office Hours, episode number 112. I am your host, Tonya, and we're here with members Brittany and Thomas, and Kim couldn't join us today. She'll be back tomorrow, but we're going to get started in just a moment. Brittany has lots of work for us today, and Thomas has something as well. But before we do, if you are new to Office Hours, we do this every single day of the week, Monday through Friday, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 a.m. Pacific time, and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And what Office Hours is we offer our members free reign at the Zoom calls. So you can come to any of the Office Hours sessions and you can ask us questions about Bubble. We can help you bust Bubble bugs, do Bubble feature requests. Any topic related to Bubble is welcome. And sometimes we chat about other things too. So if you would like to see what it's all about, you can get a complimentary session by commenting on the live video or emailing us at team@CoCreativeNoCode.com. Or if you happen to be watching this on YouTube, you could go ahead and comment there too, and we'll see it. And we'll get you some credentials so you can join us for a complimentary session. All right, let's see. We're going to start with Thomas in just a moment when he says he's good to go.
Yeah, I'll pass it to Brittany.
Okay, we'll start with you, Brittany. I'll stop sharing so you can share.
Okay. One second, sorry. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons here.
Yeah, it happens. As I sip on my energy drink to stay awake.
Okay. So I have so many questions. I don't even know where to start.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. This is a big one for me. Let's go to, nope, not that. Okay, so after, let me find a pop-up, here we go. Okay, so after somebody completes an order, they'll come here and download the files or whatever. I think we went over this one time before, but at first I had, when they hit the complete order, it would just make the order complete, and it will be done and over. But I don't want that. I would like for when the complete order button is clicked, I wanted to send a message to the creator of the order saying that the freelancer is requesting to complete the order, check over the files, and you have a certain amount of time to approve the completion and pay the freelancer. Am I making any sense? Like I wanted to be,
sure.
So I don't know. I was thinking maybe it's a back end workflow to do that, because I wanted to send a message within the app, on the message page. I don't know if that's possible. Maybe we have to do it.
It doesn't need to be in the back end workflows. Your reminders that you would want to send in case they don't mark it complete. Like if you're going to give them, let's say you give them 7 days to look it over before you just automatically consider it complete. Right. So you would, you could go ahead and send the message to them, and certainly you could make a change to the status of the work in the database so that that it's, pending approval.
Right.
And you could make that change on the page workflows. Then you could send the message to the client. And you could both inside the app and then also an email.
Okay.
And then you'd probably want to schedule like a reminder sequence, right? Okay. So you would schedule it as it would be an API workflow. Are you familiar with those yet? Have we done anything with that?
I've done one, I think, but okay. I don't know I'm still brand new on all of that.
Gotcha. You want me to show you?
Sure. Can you still get control of?
Yeah, I think I still have access.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you'll just stop sharing, I'll share.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. Okay. So backend workflows are awesome. There's 3 different kinds. This one, new API workflow, is basically just like any workflow, like on the regular page. It just, you can set it to have parameters, so information that you need to know in order to get it started in here. But essentially, any of these actions that don't have anything to do with the user being on the page, a lot of this will look familiar, right? And you can schedule an API workflow to run on a list. You can schedule it in the future, basically. So the user does not have to be logged in order for you to run workflows. That's what it's for, right? Then the next kind that we have is a recurring event. A recurring event, you don't set the frequency here, but you call it a certain thing, and it has to do with this, call it a name, and then it has to do with a certain kind of thing in the database. And then again, you can do pretty much anything that you want to do. Schedule a recurring event from a page, like from the inbox or something. You set the frequency, and depending on your plan, your bubble plan, you can either do it like annually or monthly on a personal plan. And then once you're on the professional plan, you could do weekly or daily, right? I don't use recurring events a lot. I like recursive workflows better, but for the most part, I use them sometimes. But most of the time I'm using new API workflows. And then the third kind you have is a database trigger event. So I think you will definitely need one of these as part of your workflows. And what this is when something changes in the database, you can trigger a workflow to run.
Okay.
Right. And so I think what we'll be doing is we'll schedule at least 1, if not 2 API workflows in the sequence that you're talking about from the page. So basically, when the freelancer clicks that button and says, I've completed the work, we'll kick off an API workflow to remind the client if the status is still pending approval after 1 day, you'll send them an email and say, just a reminder, you have this pending approval, right? And then and then maybe again after the 3rd day or something, right? So as you could do it daily, and then the condition on it would be something like only when, like if we put in here the parameter is an order. I don't know what your nomenclature is. Is it order or something else?
It's a work order, but that's basically the same.
Work order. Okay, but that's work orders down here. Okay, so if I have an order that comes in here, and then I only want to run this workflow when the order's status, if you have a status.
Yeah, I have it.
Is like you would add one here called pending approval.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So only when order status is pending approval. If it's completed or it's been kicked back before pending approval, then this workflow wouldn't run. And then essentially what you would do is you would schedule it to run. Actually, you know what? You might do a recurring event for it, but you could do this as a recursive workflow, right? So you do, oh yeah, you'd have to, because you're on the $29 per month plan, right? Or the $59. Okay. So what you would do is you would send an email and you would send it to the orders
Creator.
creator email.
Okay.
Wherever the email is, right? And you'd send whatever information you want. And then you would just schedule this API workflow to run again. And it would be, we have to name it first. So reminder email. Email pending approval. Right. So you come here and you say pending approval, and you would schedule current date and time, and you would add a day to it.
Okay.
And then the order would be the order. And so it's only going to run when the status is right. And then after, if it goes to run this again and the status has changed, it won't run.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how I do that. I just run a daily reminder until the status is changed. And then you would schedule another one to go ahead and automatically approve it after 7 days if the status is still pending approval.
Okay. So how would I get it to send a message within the app and not only, well, I guess if it's.
Well, you
being
already
sent
have the
through-
messenger, right?
Yeah.
So you would just create a message from the person who, like from the freelancer.
Once they click the button, right?
When they click the
Okay.
button, you'd create the message. Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay, I was a little bit confused. I think it's a lot going on.
Oh yeah, all this stuff. It's a lot to
Okay.
think about.
We can go. We can go ahead and give Thomas a chance if he wants. I don't want to take. Like I said, I have a lot, and I don't want to take up.
Okay, no worries, Thomas. What you got for us?
I'll be quick. There's all these flags in here. I don't know how they got in here.
You don't have to be quick.
Okay, I will share my screen. One second. Alrighty. We should get in here.
Hey,
So
Kim, I don't know if you know, but Thomas shared the video to the live video to the group.
the link, right?
Yep.
Zoom link?
It's
Okay,
perfect.
gotcha.
Oh, not the Zoom link. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I misunderstood you.
Oh, okay. Kim, you
Yeah.
can go ahead and do what you normally do. If
Oh,
you
sorry.
can. If you can't, well, it'll be okay. It'll be fine.
The video is on the CoCreative site?
No. So I just meant if you go to Facebook, I'll do it right now.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you do that. Sorry about that. I'm the worst with social media stuff.
No worries. That's why you come hang out with me on Zoom. All right, let's share to CoCreative NoCode.
And then feel free to erase what I put. Meanwhile, I'll get this loaded.
Share to a group. Okay, done.
Good to go? Cool. Yeah.
Yep.
1 second. All right. So I am, at this point, I will show you what I'm doing. First, let me just get some information in there because I was messing around with this.
Your spinner is awesome.
Thank you. It's JavaScript. So I'm having the situation I'll show you now. I have at this point, I think I have only 2 canvases. Let's see. Yes, I have 2 canvases. So I'm just going to edit one just so you can see. And I'm just going to click save and it just takes me back home. So I edited this one.
Mhm.
This was blank. So when I click in here, it populates the same information. So
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
yeah, so I'm
go
having
back.
trouble understanding. Yeah, go ahead. Do you want me to jump into a specific area?
Yeah, go back to that repeating group where you're clicking and you're going into the canvas.
Oh, okay.
Current cells canvas. Okay, and then on that click, what's the workflow look like?
I feel like I'm not sending over the information. I thought
Data
this was
current cells canvas. Okay, all right, that's fine. And then go to where the canvas is on the page. And you're getting the canvas,
you want to see like the main group.
yeah, I want to see where you're getting the canvas. So it's the parent group's canvas there. So we need to go up one to see where it's getting the canvas from. I try the unique value proposition one because that was where we saw the problem.
The group.
So,
You want me to just
yeah, the repeating group. Go to the repeating group.
Gotcha. Okay.
Get canvas from page URLs. Answers filtered. And the filtered by unique value proposition. So let me pop in and see.
All right. And then I have this happening in the main group. Yeah, I'll let you pop in so you can see.
I don't know why I can't, sometimes I can see it fine when I'm like working
I
and
think it's just a bubble thing. You got to actually get in there. You know what I mean?
like, gotta get your hands dirty. But hopefully like you guys still learn okay that way. Is there a meaning to the name?
What do you mean?
The name of your
Yes.
app?
I just, for whatever reason, I'm drawn to like just ancient names.
Okay, got it. Okay, so I want to go to the
group lean canvas.
okay, perfect. All right, let's see here. Get canvas from page URL. All right, and then
I thought, like, I was trying to think to myself, maybe it's just that I'm not clearing the information being passed once I'm saving and then going back.
no, because this is right. So let me, who were you logged in as?
The first one.
Ferris. Is there a
Username.
special username or just
Username.
normal?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is when you said you
First one.
edited.
First
This
one was
one?
the one. Yes.
Okay, so go in here.
So this is also another question that I wanted to ask you. I think what's happening is that when I erase one, it erases all of them because it's all populating the same information.
Oh, and you erased something?
I think I accidentally clicked the erase button there a second ago while we were
Gotcha. All right.
just make a new one. Or just erase that one too. Yeah, this is
Yeah, it
also,
won't even.
yeah, this is also another problem. It's just like if I don't refresh it, sometimes like when I try to add a new one, it doesn't actually add each step.
Well, I thought we fixed this problem where like when you click delete, it would do this. So yeah, there's definitely something going on here.
Yeah.
So let's go. What's the repeating group with all the canvases? What is it called?
With all the canvases, that's index page, the first one, group index page.
Okay. Okay, that is right.
That's just, yeah, placeholder.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
Current cells. Canvas's creation date. Okay. And then here. Okay. And stage 10 is this, the group link canvas is what's shown.
Yep.
And that's working. Okay. Canvas from page URL. That's not what you've done though. I see. Okay, so we're going to clear this because when you're not sending the canvas to the URL, you're sending it to the page.
I see. So I was, okay. So that was.
So what we'll do here is the canvas will be current page canvas.
This.
Yeah. And then we could do that. That needs to be changed here. So this would be current page canvas and then filtered.
Same thing, just filtered. Okay.
What I'd do is you've set it here, the current page canvas. So I would just adopt it all the way through or just make all of the references to current page canvas.
Filtered.
Yeah, in this case, it would be filtered down to the answers that are unique value
Gotcha.
proposition.
You just change those repeating groups to that.
Yep.
And then, yep, okay.
Yep.
And that should get things working in regards to.
That should get things working in terms of populating the correct canvas here.
Gotcha. So everything is okay. And then I'll just pass it on to Brittany as I try to mess around with that.
Yep, you work on that. And if you get far enough along, then we'll come back and debug some more.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Back to you, Brittany. What's next? You're on mute in case you don't know.
Okay. Okay, so I've been having a problem with the subscription thing that I had connected to Stripe. And for some reason it's supposed to be working, but I don't know what is going on. It keeps giving me a message. I'm going to share.
I'll stop sharing so you can.
Oh, let me get. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? So let me run this as so I can show you what's going on. Oh no, I have to do a new user. Oh no, it worked. Okay, so it's giving me a weird message if I click the subscribe now. It'll say, wait a minute. So now it's working.
This is the magic of Tonya, and I don't have any power or control over when it shows up.
When I see this thing has not been working, like what is going? Wait, let me try it. Let me do this over.
Well, let's go. Yeah, let's go check in your Stripe, right?
Yeah. Let's see.
Let's just make sure that in your Stripe though, like when you're checking your Stripe, that we're not showing
So how do you?
You're in test mode, so that's fine.
Okay.
So go to customers.
And it definitely worked. So what? Why wasn't it working before? See, it keeps giving me this mess. I want to go through it because I know something is not right. Hold on.
Got it. Okay, no worries.
So when I tried to sign up, I'm sorry, 1 second. I'm gonna
Well,
log.
but look at the date and time of that.
Okay. Yeah,
So
that's
click into one of them. So we want to see. So this one doesn't have any subscriptions. So go into the next one.
no. Wait,
Nope.
no. Okay.
Yep. There you are. That's what you just did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm gonna show you what I've been dealing with.
Sure.
Hold on 1 second. My daughter is coming down.
No worries. We understand babies around here. Kind of glad mine's not a baby anymore.
Quick question, Tonya.
Yeah, what's up?
I got all these error issues, and it's mostly just sending data. I guess I'm just sending current page data or current page canvas each time, essentially, right? Between the go-to page index. It says data to send in the go-to page index.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Can I
Okay.
come back to that, Thomas?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course.
Okay, cool.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. No worries.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you the message that's been popping up every time I try to sign. I don't know what I've been doing wrong. So I'm gonna try to sign up as a new business owner. So I'm gonna say new is at and then business owner sign up. Okay, so if I chose this is what I keep getting.
Okay, so you just signed up as a new user.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a card on file. Like you haven't created the customer in Stripe yet. So you have to probably run some conditionals and check and see if the Stripe card ID is empty, then go ahead and collect the user's credit card and then run the next part. So that's why it's not working, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I was like, what is going on? Okay.
Yeah, because Stripe has to recognize the customer for that to happen. So the reason it was working for Kevin is it already had Kevin as a customer, and I'd already had a card on file.
Okay. So I'm sorry. I would need to run a conditional. So how would
So you would show them under payment. You would collect the user's credit card information.
Okay.
That's going to send them to Stripe.
Okay.
I don't know if you're running, are you running V2 or V3 of the Stripe plugin? Do you know? Don't open it. Don't open it. Don't open it. Don't open it.
I only have my own.
It's the test data. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right.
I made sure I took it off.
Okay, good. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So then you would collect the credit card information, and then you would send them, maybe show them the confirmation.
Okay.
Like make sure that they want to subscribe.
Right. Okay. So that needs to be the first option. Right. Let me see. Yes. Okay. Let's see.
So like when they click the select, then if they don't have a credit card on file, then you show them the credit card information thing. And then after they enter that and there's a credit card on file, then you would show them the next piece.
Right. Like, yeah, because this would save their credit card information, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I think this may work. I'll just try this on the back end. You can head on back over to Thomas. I do have more, but
Yeah, of course. We'll come back for more. No
All right.
worries. What's up, Thomas?
I think I can figure out a bit of this. I still have to just try it. So I'm working on it right now.
Okay.
I'll let you think.
All right, Brittany, it's back to you.
okay.
This is fun. I like some fun with Brittany and Thomas.
I kind of wanted to check it out and see if it was working. That's why I wanted to go ahead. But
That's fine too.
well, okay. Well, we can do that together.
Sure.
I'm going to just put in the month here. Save. No thanks. Okay. Okay. And now it should. Look at that.
Yay.
Okay. Wonderful. Now, what's the other thingy? Let me check that off. I have a whole list in here.
Good. Yeah, you could call that Stripe debugging, Kim, for the keyword.
Okay. Oh, this is just a random question. So, I'm going to an event this weekend where I want to start marketing my app.
Okay.
And I've been trying to get some beta testers. Well, I'm trying to set it up to get beta testers. Like I'm just going to be passing out flyers and information about the app because it's a crafters event. Mm-hmm. And I was trying to figure out how to go about collecting email addresses or whether I will be able to deploy this as live and let them go ahead and sign up and then take it off. I don't know how that works. Like, I don't know if you can only deploy a certain amount of times, how does that work?
Oh yeah, you can I've deployed to live, like, I don't know, probably more than once a minute for an hour straight.
Okay.
Like there's no limitation on how many times you can edit and deploy live.
Okay. So another question, so if somebody that signs up when it's live and I take it down, their information will still be in that system, right?
Yeah, so here's how deploying to live works. When you click the deploy to live, it publishes your app, like all of the programming that is driving your app gets published. What it doesn't do is it doesn't copy over the development database over into the live database, right? Because the development and the live databases are two separate databases, right? So if you don't have anything in your app that references the database that you're planning on maintaining, then that shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
If you do, then you'll want to clear out any of the sample data in your development environment and then copy the development database over into the live database, right?
Okay.
I can show you how to do that if you'd like.
Sure. Let's stop sharing.
So essentially what you would do when you're ready is you'll deploy current version to live. I'm going to go ahead and click this. It won't actually do it because what it does, it won't let you do it anyway because you can't have any issues when you deploy for good reason, right? If you didn't have those 8 issues, when you click this button, it would give you a little note space where you could leave like a little reminder of where you were when you deployed it, it's very good not to skip that part because when you deploy to live, it creates a deploy here and you can revert back to that time. Right. So it's like automatically saving your point in time. Right. So it's good to say membership stats complete here because you'll remember what that's for, right? The same for when you deploy to live.
Okay.
Now, that deploys all of your workflows, all
Right.
of your designs and everything, but it doesn't deploy your database. So this
Okay.
is your development database, and you can tell it's your development database because over here it says switch to live. So you're not in live, you're in
Okay.
your development database. All right. So if all of your information here is just user generated, then you don't have to worry about it. But like, I don't know if this is your own stuff. I think we made this together. Yeah, so you would want to copy this over into live. And what you can do is you can click this button here, copy live data into the development. Nope, that's not what we want. We want to copy development data into the live database. Well, like this. And so you would deploy first, and then you would copy, right? And you can copy all types, or you could just copy that one type. Like you could just copy this over.
Okay.
Right. And then you would have to type this in this box and click confirm, and it would do it.
Okay. So how do I know, this may sound like a dumb question,
No,
but how do I know what isn't going to be on the live version that is in the development version? Like, how would I know that it's not going to like, because it will copy over the other information, but why wouldn't it copy over that app info?
okay, because you don't want it to. So you're going to continue to test and develop on your development version, and you want those to be two separate versions. Because your development version is where you're going to be doing any bug fixes, and then you'll deploy the fixed version to live.
Okay.
Right. And you'll want to have test users and things like that in your development, so you can go in and you can test, like when one of your users reports a bug, you'll want to come in to see if you can reproduce the bug from your development side. So when you preview and it says your domain, and then it says version -test, right? As opposed to just your normal domain. Right. So that's completely separate, and you want it to be, because you don't want live data in your development version. You don't want to be charging your card every time you're testing Stripe and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's not a dumb question at all. It's actually one of the hardest things to keep straight as a developer, is like remembering, oh, I'm in my test version, that the data that I was looking for is in the live version, right? Like that will trip you up a little bit at first, and it's okay.
So you can still work on the app when it's still in live version, right? And then you just copy and send it to the live version. You don't have to turn off the live version in order to correct
no,
something.
the live version will just be going and doing its own thing, and until you deploy new stuff to live.
Okay.
And when you deploy new stuff to live, it won't add anything to the database or change anything in the live database. It'll just update the way that the app works in the background and on the page.
All right, cool. That's great to know.
Yeah. And then someday, when you have lots of users and you start to make some more, like some of the bigger changes and adding bigger new things that are going to take you like several days to several months to work on. When it makes sense, you might create a new version here that is an additional version, not live and not development. And what I usually do, and what I've done in CoCreative for that very reason, and you have to be on the professional plan to do this, which is the more expensive, like it's the middle tier. That's the only reason why I upgraded to professional, because my app doesn't actually need it, except for this. I have a hotfix branch, So I'm working on development for some of the bigger, like more fundamental changes. But if somebody were to report a bug, I would go into the hotfix version. I would make the bug fix and I would deploy it. And then it wouldn't deploy my unfinished changes from development. It would just change the little change that I made in
Right.
hotfix.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, if Thomas is ready, he can go ahead.
Thomas?
Yeah, so now I'm kind of encountering a strange issue. I don't know if it's just a one-time thing. I will show you. Second. Okay, so let it just all over again.
You're the other person on a Chromebook. I was trying to remember earlier today. I was like, who is that I know who runs a Chromebook? You're like the only other person I know who runs on Chromebook.
It's my baby.
Yeah, mine too. Got it.
I just want to see what this looks like.
I feel like we know a secret the rest of the world doesn't know about.
Right? Okay, so I am going to add a blank canvas. I've been having a bit of an issue. Sometimes, like, if I don't refresh, like I was saying, I'll create a new thing from the index page and it's not working. It just does this thing. This just means like the things were never created. Otherwise, it would just expand.
Huh. Well, let me check it out.
Sure. And now it's not even erasing. See, but that worked. Okay, so it did create. Yeah, so that's its own thing. So I saw earlier that it is saving individually. Yep, that worked. That worked. So it's saving individually. But if I were to create a brand new canvas,
And then when you refresh the page, does it
yeah,
populate?
that usually becomes the fix. I should probably refresh it from. No.
Okay.
But if I save that and then I click onto it, then it creates. Very strange. Something seems to be happening when I'm actually adding a new one.
Okay, let me check it out. All right, it's happening from the first part is happening here. It's when you click the add new, and the add new workflow takes you to show this one. So I want to see this. And you have to pick one, and you picked this one. And it hides that, and it shows the spinner, adds a pause, it hides the spinner, and then it navigates, and you're not sending data.
That's what it is. So should I be sending current page canvas essentially on most of the go page action?
So the other piece of that is so here's your canvas, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's while you're showing this pop-up, this is smart. You show this pop-up and then you create all of the canvas, like you're creating the answers and stuff. And then you don't want to go here at this point because you want to navigate on the click of one of these buttons. So I'm gonna copy this though.
Okay.
Because what we should do is we should set a state.
You said set a state?
I'm just thinking. Hang on a second.
strange that I did this. I guess I never just changed this. Yeah, this was like the original thing before I did the pop-up question.
Create a new canvas, and then I'm trying to think like once they click this button here, how does it know which canvas to send in? And what I'm thinking is instead of here clicking this, what we'll do is we'll set a state called canvas.
Could I not do this through a URL parameter?
No, because you don't want to navigate while you're still running workflows.
Okay.
Does that
Gotcha.
make
So
sense?
this is a perfect situation where, okay, gotcha. You don't want to move around when.
Yeah, you
Obviously-
don't want to navigate because then like you'll be navigating while you're showing them this pop-up or whatever. So in this case, you'll just set this canvas here. And then when this is done and you navigate here, you'll send the indexes canvas
Okay,
and you'll go to stage 10.
gotcha.
So I'll stop sharing and you try that and see if it's working.
Okay. Right, we will do this. Oh,
Still sending a canvas though.
could it be the whole situation that's going on here? Current page canvas. on
Nope.
Page,
That should be fine. So
parent groups canvas on the main group holding all these things. And then each repeating group is current page canvas is answered filtered by the type. About the groups inside. They're just canvas.
yeah, so let's make sure that we're consistent. We just need to decide whether you want the if you want all of the references to be the current canvas, like the current page canvas, or if you want the references to be parent groups and have it follow a trail all the way down from that main group.
Which one would be more efficient?
I don't know that it matters. I'm not sure.
So right now we're
I personally I would inherit it from the group. Like I just make sure everything is referring back to the same canvas all the way through.
so parent groups canvas answers. Is this correct? Is that what you mean?
Yep. So I would start at that. Yeah, I would start with
So instead of current page canvases answers filtered, it would be parent groups canvases answered filtered.
yep, all the way up to that main group. And then that main group would be referring to the URL parameter, or sorry, the pages, the current pages canvas. But I'm going to go, while you're working on that, I'm going to go in and I'm going to look for.
Okay, so the main page, that main group holding everything is current page canvas. And then you're telling me also set this container holding all these smaller groups as current page canvas as well. Is that what you were saying?
Or parent groups canvas.
Yeah, okay. So it's parent groups canvas, and then each repeating group would be referencing that parent group.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So this is right. Things are right on this front. Should I get rid of that main group, current page canvas? No.
No.
Do you want me to stop sharing so you can?
Sure. I can share. It doesn't matter. All right, so I just want to go in the data here and look at the Canvas answers and see. Okay, so we did create all of the answers and we have them referencing a canvas. And the canvas was created at the same time. So that's good. And it's referencing 27 things. So that's all good. But something that we noticed was when we clicked that button, we were still somehow sending a URL parameter. And we don't need that URL parameter. So let's
URL parameters, trying to grab that information.
Well, yeah, so there was like, I just want to make sure we don't have, so if I click add new and I select blank canvas, and so I have, yeah, so this is, I don't know what's happened there. It looks like you moved the group out of alignment, but it
Yeah,
just worked.
it's strange. It's like there though.
Yeah, it just looks like it moved a little bit out of the bounds of where it's supposed to
Yeah,
be.
it's from my end, it looks like everything is okay. Anyways, I'll figure that out myself. I'm sure I can solve that.
Yeah.
So now it's working, right? Because we're no longer trying to grab from that Canvas URL.
Right. And then I'm going to pop back here. I'm going to click this button and it deleted.
Deleted? Yep. Why is that there?
Let me go look.
It's so strange.
Why is it showing me this?
Yeah, I haven't like named a lot of things because a lot of things have changed. So do pardon me for that.
No, but like I'm going to group index page, the group, and it's still showing me. How would you like to work on your canvas? But that's not.
Click outside. Click outside. That's just a pop-up.
Oh, okay. I was like, what is
Yeah,
going
it's a little
on?
confusing.
Okay.
It's so weird that it's doing that because everything is there.
You're making changes, right? As
Nope.
you haven't made any changes? Okay. What is that? Did you see that? That was so bizarre.
What happened?
Oh, you weren't watching.
I was watching, but I guess I didn't catch it.
Oh, like it highlighted this particular
yeah.
cell. Like that was
Yeah.
so strange.
It did. It has been doing that a few times actually.
Like, oh, when I right click, it did it. That's what happened. Okay, I want to
Paste within.
bring it to front. Let me see. Didn't trigger a change on the version test. Okay. Did that trigger a change? Okay, good. And then I'll undo it.
I wonder if it's the main group container. Can't be that. so strange. Maybe the data source.
I'm just trying to find all
Oh,
of
that's
this.
That's right. That's right. Okay. It's because it's the data source on this is set to parent groups canvases answers filtered, but the rest of them are current page canvases answers filtered. I hadn't changed that yet for all of them.
Okay.
So just change all of those to parent group, obviously. So that's gonna
Okay.
take,
So
that's gonna take me some time. If you want, I can do that and mess around, and then Brittany can take over.
still, the thing that's bothering me is that it's like, it looks like something is
There.
misplaced here.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay.
But it's strange because I'm assuming it's a data source situation because the problem one is the only one that's parent groups while the rest of them are all current page.
Okay.
I'm curious
Yeah.
about that difference. I'll mess around with it.
All right. Brittany, what's next?
As I get one thing completed, I'm trying to move for another thing and then I'm getting wrapped up and everything. So right now I'm just trying to connect, and I'm probably not doing it right. I'm gonna share. So I was trying to so I wanted to be able to, oh, I keep forgetting this is not. Okay, so I'm trying to make it to where they can change the subscription plan within their settings. And I have a drop down for the different types: basic, gold member, monthly, yearly. And I have it showing based off of what is chosen in the drop down, but I did not connect this to the like I didn't connect it to any subscription. Like I don't know how to even word what I'm saying. It's late and I'm tired, but
It's okay.
so
I know it's like 10 p.m. for both of you, I think.
yeah. So this is Kevin's profile, and he's been signed up as a member. I don't remember which one I picked. I think the gold member, but I wanted this to like auto filled here, but I don't have anything connecting it. So I'm trying to
Got it. Okay,
through
so
the-
in the same, when they first select the plan, at the same time as you're subscribing them to the plan in Stripe, you also want to add that information into a field on their
right.
on their profile or on their user, depending on where you want to keep that info.
Right. And so I tried to do, that's what I've been doing while you guys were working. I inputted the fields here under the user, but for, I don't know if that's right because I don't see it. When I tried to do it on the workflow, under the basic members, I just put in to make changes to a thing, the current user. And when I don't think that's right because in the database, I have the membership status as either a yes or no. I don't know why though.
Okay. So I think I saw, let me share my screen.
Okay.
So I think in here, what I was seeing was wrong one. There we go. In data types, app data. Were you in a profile or were you in the user?
User.
Okay.
So I put one in user and under the subscription plan, but I don't think the subscription plan is right. But
okay.
I'm
So
confused.
what you're going to want to have is a subscription, yes or like active subscription, yes or no.
Okay. So I think
Um,
that wouldn't be the membership status, or no?
yeah, that will be fine. You could call it member
Okay.
status, that's fine. And then what you want to do is you want to have an option set
Oh,
called
okay.
subscription. Types OS.
So,
Or options is fine. You can call it options.
so I'm not gonna lie, I'm confused at what option set. So I know I have
Got
one in
it.
here. So what is the difference between the option set and
So the difference between an option set and a data type is option sets are loaded on the page, like on page load, right? So they're not in the database. Like you don't have to query the database or search the database to get the information from
Okay.
Bubble. They come automatically when the page is loaded. And the nice thing about that is that makes them faster for drop-down menus because you don't have to search dynamic choices through a database and then pull them in. They'll just be there automatically.
Okay.
And but there's a few more advantages. The other thing that's nice about option sets is you can do these attribute things, right? So which makes it good. So like right now I'm going to create your different subscription types. Just tell me their names.
Basic member.
Do you want to just call it basic?
Yeah, you can just do basic. And
Okay.
then, a gold monthly.
Okay. Gold monthly. Okay.
I don't know.
And then
I don't
gold
know.
annual.
Yeah. And then platinum monthly and annual.
Monthly. Okay. So, and then is basic a monthly or an annual?
It's free, so
It's free. Okay,
yeah.
got it. No worries. So now I'm going to create an attribute. I'm going to create two different attributes. I'm going to do frequency. So this is for billing. And this is going to be a number. And then price, which will also be a number. Right. And so now I'm going to go in for gold monthly is $4.99. And frequency billing is monthly. So every 30 days.
Oh, okay. That's
And
cool.
then for annual, what's the price?
$49.99.
And the frequency billing is going to be $365. Because the billing will be in days. And then what's the price for platinum monthly?
$9.99.
And then platinum annual is $99. Sorry. Okay. Now, I probably didn't need to put the frequency in here. I was just showing you kind of like demonstrating how you can have something with certain things set. And you can do this without creating new things in the database, which is nice. Now, the thing that you want to keep in mind with option sets is that you can't change them from the front end of the app. So if you ever wanted, like even in your admin portal, to manage the subscriptions, like and how they are, but from the admin portal instead of in the back end in Bubble, then you would want to not use option sets. You'd want to use the database because you have to, any changes that you make to an option set, in order for it to become active, you have to deploy from development to live again.
Okay.
So but yeah, you can set up all kinds of attributes. Like, let's say the goal, well, you have two different tiers here. So I'm assuming there's other differences besides the price and the frequency, right? So there's like different access that they have, right? So you could say like access level or something, and you could have a whole other data like option set, and you could refer to it in your attributes. So
is this, and then this was going to be my next question. This is based off of the different levels of the basic, gold, and platinum. So they're only allowed a certain amount of work orders. Is this where you can cap that? Like, how do you?
Yep. So you say
cool.
Work orders allowed, and it would be a number. And so you could come in here and you say whatever it is for the monthly, right?
What is it? I can't remember right now, but yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
So how do you like on the front end of things, how do you put that into the, like, how do you?
So I'll show you on a test page real quick.
Okay.
So now when I want to use this, I can have, the most common thing I see is drop down, and you can select dynamic choices, and you can let's see here, we're looking for subscription types options, all of them, and you want to show the display, right? So now when I preview this, I see my options here, and I can select this, and then it can show me all the things that are about the basic membership versus the gold, right? Because if I go back in here and I say, okay, I want to show some information about it, I want to show the price, for instance, right? So I can refer to drop down A's values price, right? And so I come here.
Okay.
And I say gold monthly, and it tells me it's $4.99.
Okay.
Apparently I didn't put platinum monthly and save it.
I think you put a
I'm probably canceled. Oh, the dollar sign, so it didn't save. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
That's me thinking about money.
Right. But that's cool. So when they choose that option, it'll know that it's not supposed to. I don't know if I'm asking my question right. So
this has to match what you have in Stripe,
right?
Subscriptions, and then the next piece of the puzzle here is when you click a button, you could make changes to the user. And then what you would do is well, I guess I could even do it there, but on your data type here, you'd create a new field in your type, and then you'd go to subscription type options. And then when you create that, is it okay if I create it for you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So if I create this, then I can select one of these, right? So now on here, when I click this and I go to the workflow, I can make changes to the subscription type. Equals, and I would say drop down A's value.
Okay.
And then when I'm saying, okay, I want to, payment here, I want to subscribe the user to a plan. The plan here, like when you choose the plan, I don't think you can do this dynamically. So you might have to have, I have to think on that. I'm sure somebody else has figured it out. But you pick a plan, and like probably only when drop downs value, not frequency, is platinum monthly, then you would say platinum monthly.
Right.
So the reason I struggle a little bit with this is I was kind of struggling with figuring out how I was going to do prorations. Are you familiar with that term?
Kind of.
Kind
Like,
of, sort of.
yeah.
Yeah. So like, let's say you have, and don't hurt, like, don't stop what you're doing and take time for this. I don't think it's worthwhile right now. But if you have okay, let's say for instance, you're a member of CoCreative NoCode and you pay $49 per month to have access to office hours, right? And it's the middle of your billing cycle. I don't know where you are in your billing cycle, but I know it's the middle, right? And you want to upgrade to the premium version, right? So you want to move to $99 per month because there's a benefit there for you, right? And you want to take advantage of it. But you've already paid me $49 for the month that we're in the middle of. So the thing that I couldn't solve easily, and I still haven't seen anybody solve easily using Stripe subscriptions, is charging the difference from 49 to 99 per how many days are left in their billing cycle. Because it would be easy just to subtract 49 from 59, you just charge $50. But I don't want to charge $50. I want to charge the difference for of the amount per day for the number of days left in the billing cycle. And so what I did was I built that out myself in CoCreative NoCode. So I built all of that logic and everything myself so that it looks at how many days are left in this person's billing cycle,
right,
and how many days were in this billing cycle, and how much the difference per day would be, and it multiplies all of that, and it gives you the prorated amount for the upgrade, right? And only charges you that much. And then the next time you get billed, you'll get billed at the higher amount.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot.
It was pretty intense. It took me a weekend, but it was really worthwhile, I think. I learned a lot. So, but the way that I tested this not that long ago, because I did a lot of little tests and stuff after you asked about Stripe. The way that it works in Stripe, if you upgrade the person's plan, they just charge for the plan,
Right.
the new plan. So
it's kind of like overcharging because,
in a sense, right? I mean, they could always come back and they could ask you for refund, and you could calculate like manually what the refund is, or you could set a condition that if they change their subscription, to let you know, so you can look and see, like, if they change it to a higher plan, to send you an email and you could go and manually refund like a portion or something.
Right.
When I was managing that software company, we did not have prorations automated. I think that's why I spent a lot of time automating it at the front, was because at the end of every month, I had to go through and see all of the upgrades and then prorate them manually. And it was a lot of work. It was pain. So I just was like, no, I want to automate that. So
that's understandable. I don't, like you said, I don't think I'm going to do that right now, but
yeah, no, I don't think it's
worthwhile.
Yeah, I don't think it's worthwhile to do it right now, but at some point it might be worthwhile.
Yeah. So this right here, what you were just showing me, was basically just subscribing them to the things that I have set up in Stripe, right? So do I set up, like, let me see if I can, so like for the basic member,
Mhm.
They are only allowed to put in 3 work orders. So I'm
Mhm.
trying to make sure I understand how to do this. So
Right. So when you have a button to add a work order, like
then I
this,
would
then you're going to check, right? Add work order. And then you're going to say, okay, I'm going to create, like you would have some conditions here, right? So click
Right.
add work order. Then you would say the first thing is like probably show a pop-up if they don't have any work orders left,
Right.
right?
Okay.
So you'd come here and you'd go pop-up, and then
Let's put no
workflow here would be to show that pop-up,
Right.
and you would show the pop-up when the current users, you probably keep track of their available work orders.
And I think my confusion when I come.
Oh, I know what it would be is here, watch. You'd go subscription type. Work orders allowed is work orders allowed is less than or equal to, do a search for work orders where the owner, that would be the creator, right? Created by equals current user, and created date is greater than today's date, current date and time, minus 30 days.
Okay.
Right? So what this is going to do is it's going to search for all of the work orders created by the current user in the last 30 days, and it's going to count them. And it's going to compare that count to how many are allowed by their subscription.
Okay.
And if they're the same number, or if this number is greater than this number, then it'll show them the pop-up saying they need to upgrade.
Right. So where I don't know if I missed this part. Where did we put how many work orders were in the option set?
Yep. So the subscription type here tells you, so the attribute here tells you how many work orders are allowed.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, so what I was doing in the workflow is the current user's subscription type work orders allowed number.
Okay.
If it's less than or equal to the number of work orders they've done in the last month, then you want to prevent them from making any more by asking them to upgrade in the pop-up.
Right. Okay. Cool beans. Got it.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
If Thomas has anything, we can go ahead to him, but I can continue all night.
Sure. Thomas, you got anything?
Yeah, so 2 things.
Okay, I will stop sharing.
Excuse me. So let's do this. So this is working with the blank canvas. We're just using the, from what I understand, that custom state canvas is storing that information and sending it. So let's just erase this real quick. That one was erased. So now when I do this, the step-by-step format, it's not actually creating. So I tried to replicate on this, the go to page index action here. I try to replicate exactly what you did by trying to pass through the indexes canvas. Seem to work.
So go click by, so go to that. So the add new is where we're setting that state. And then when you click the step-by-step, you're hiding the pop-up.
Is this interfering at all? This
Nope.
schedule guy workflow? No.
It's not.
No, okay. So you saw that? Yep. That.
And then when they click the button to go step-by-step, show me that workflow.
Sure.
We hide the pop-up, show the spinner, add the pause, hide the pop-up, loading spinner. And then we go to page index, stage 1, and data to send is indexes canvas. All right. And then we go back to the design and go to stage 1. All right. And step 1 here.
Right. Just be this, huh?
Yep.
So would I be referencing the actual custom state?
Nope. You're going to reference the current page canvas.
Okay, so that brings me to my next question. So just do that for each step essentially, right?
Yep.
Okay, so in the lean canvas, I noticed that the issue that we were having was, okay, one second.
We are debugging, displaying data to start, Kim.
So I ended up figuring out that that misplacement issue was that it wasn't creating anything because of the data source that I was telling you about.
Mhm.
But I noticed that when I set it as parent groups data source for each of them, I'll show you again. It does that thing again. So I ended up doing the same. I replicated that on each of them and it just doesn't create anything. As you can see, there's this annoying thing over here.
All right, let me go into debug mode.
I was thinking to myself, you said it doesn't really make a difference, but for consistency purposes, you want to link it.
Yeah, I just like to be consistent.
That makes sense. It's good practice.
Yeah, I'll share my screen and I'll go into debug mode. We'll get it figured out. Or we'll throw your computer out of the window.
Yeah, that too.
One way or the other.
I thought about it a few times, don't worry.
We'll get comfortable one way or the other. So let's go here. So let's do this. So what we want this to be like the other ones. Oh, all of them are saying current page canvas.
Yes, current page works, but when I do parent groups on each of them, it doesn't work.
Right, because the data is not flowing all the way through.
Yep.
So is it working now or is it still not working?
Current page canvases, what I have now on each of them works.
Okay.
What doesn't work is that when you switch that data source to parent groups canvas, answers filtered.
Okay, so let me just here. So if I click here, it will show. Okay, so it's showing. That's fine. If you like, as long as it's showing, you're fine. I would leave it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
But if you wanted it, like, if you're not going to set the canvas here, okay. The reason why you don't want the canvas stored just on the state is because if the person refreshes the page, they'll get an empty page because this state will be lost. So that's why you either want it in the URL based on the page's type being a type of content, because what that does is it says index and then it has to have, well, it doesn't have to have, but it's supposed to have a unique ID of a canvas here because the index page is set to type canvas, right? So this is not a URL parameter. This is specifically like pointing to a specific index thing, which because the index is of type canvas. After the question mark, then you start to deal with URL parameters, specifically like we have the debug mode true. We could delete that. We don't really care about that. at the moment. I don't use debugger as much as I should. I just prefer to guess what's wrong with Bubble. Like, I don't know why I'm so stubborn about that. But the stage equals 10 is a URL parameter. And the nice thing about both of these things is if I click the refresh button, they both stay, right? Now, I could do a workflow to erase these things if I wanted to, right? But I don't. I want to keep it because now if I wanted to send this link to someone else, if this wasn't gated or if I had another team member who would have access to this page, I could send it to them and they could see what I'm seeing, right? Or if I wanted to bookmark it, for instance, for myself to come back, like let's say I have filters and stuff and I'm saving all of the filter information in a big long URL. And I don't want to have to go through the process of filtering every time. I could just bookmark this big long URL and come back whenever I wanted, right? So that's the reason we're not using states to save the canvas, except to save it for a brief moment in time when we're moving, right? The next thing is, okay, well, if you use the current page, right? Everything on the page has access to that. No problem. Everything on the page would also have access to the getting info from the URL if you were to store it as a URL parameter instead of as a page thing, right? What you're running into problems with is when you use parent groups thing, you have to make sure the chain goes all the way group by group, all the way in to where you're showing your data. So it's not working when you're doing the parent groups thing. It's because one of the things, if I start here and I say the group around this is inside the cell of this repeating group, the repeating group data source determines what this thing is the parent of this thing. Then the group around the repeating group is the source of the repeating group. And then the group around all of these things is the source of that group. And then this main group is the source of that group. And you have to make sure they all match all the way down here in order to get it to work.
So just link everything down if I want to switch everything to parent groups, right? Filters.
Right, exactly.
Make sure everything is passing
and the way that I do that is I start with the smallest thing here, but right. And I'll just make a save point here. Right, so I'd start here and I'd say, okay, I want this to be like the parent groups thing. So the parent groups thing in this case would be the current, the current cells thing. So that is correct. So then if I want to make sure that's going well, I go to the repeating group and I check on that. And this is set to current pages canvas. So if I wanted to clear that, I could say, okay, I want this the parent groups canvas and then do my filtering, right?
And then I have to make sure that links into that individual group containing the problem.
You just keep going up and up
and
up.
Parent group.
Yeah.
And once everything is linked properly as parent group,
then it would work.
Okay. I'll give that a shot myself individually.
All right. You're welcome. I just reverted back. So it's back to where it was before. Yep. All right, Brittany.
I'm trying to see where I am now. I've been working on some of the stuff that you just showed me, so my mind is kind of.
No worries. I totally understand.
Well, I do have something. So I don't know if this is anybody's interested, but I'm excited about it. I created an ad kind of marketing promo video for
Ooh, I want to see.
Weekend. Okay,
yeah.
Let me pull it up. Find it. Okay. I'm going to share just.
Are you a crafter looking to make some?
I wanted to pull it up before I shared my screen so I wouldn't be sharing
Sure, no
random
worries.
stuff.
Are you a crafter looking to make some extra money? Do you want to profit from your passion without owning a business? Yana can help. Are you a small craft business owner? Business going well, but orders are getting out of hand? Yana can help.
Very cool.
Mix crafters and business owners together to benefit from one another. Extra hand completing orders. Post your requests on Yana. Freelance crafters can complete posted orders from the comfort of their home while making money doing what they love. Sign up today and become a beta tester. Yana, made for crafters everywhere.
So that's my little commercial.
Very cool.
I'm excited about it.
I'm excited for you.
I liked it.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
How many crafters are going to be there?
It's going to be a lot. It's like a national craft event in Atlanta. So I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited about it.
Oh, are you in Atlanta? Is that what you said?
No, not yet. I'm going to be going to Atlanta on Thursday night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get everything in order. I'm sweating in here. My husband is like, are you okay? You need to go to sleep. I'm not, no, I gotta get this stuff done. But I'm excited about it. And I think I'm going to try to pass out flyers. I'm just trying to think of any way to start getting the word out about it, because I know it will be an awesome app if I can get people, on board. So
Yeah,
I'm excited.
me too.
And
I
you've
can't wait
helped
to
me a
hear
lot.
about
Like,
it.
I'm so glad that I actually, took the leap of faith and joined. I was
Me
like,
too.
It's very daunting and confusing when you first sign up, because like I said before, I have no information. I don't know anything about none of the stuff on here. So I'm proud of myself for how far I've gotten. So
I am so, like, you should be proud of yourself, right? Like, I would say I'm proud of you if it didn't sound like, I don't know, weird, right?
Oh,
Like
no, it doesn't
I
sound
am.
degrading or anything.
No, yeah, I am proud of you, but more importantly, you should be proud of yourself, because
Yeah.
like putting yourself out there and doing something you've never done before and
Yeah.
learning a ton of information to get it done.
Yeah.
Like, you've just done a beautiful job. And if you need me over the weekend, like special offer, just ping me, because I know, like, when you're launching something and people are trying things and things are going wrong, don't get
Right.
frantic, just
Right.
give me a buzz.
Okay, I will. I probably won't. Well, I most likely won't be online on Friday because I'll be at the event. But
Right. Yeah, but as people start like saying, oh, this and that and the other, like, you have to start supporting the product.
right.
Like, yeah, like you're
And
gonna
I've
feel you're gonna feel a sense of urgency.
Right.
So,
I'm gonna try to message you extremely fast, like, hey, what should I do?
oh
How
no.
can I start?
Like,
Right.
yeah. So yes, let's get people on there and working at it and trying to get things done. And that's your best source of information for how to do
Right.
things right. So
Right.
yay.
But,
We've got a launch. I'm super excited. I think this is like,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure in CoCreative NoCode's group, I think this will be the first like true launch.
Really? I'm excited.
Yeah, because
I'm really nervous. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm really nervous.
I know it's nerve-wracking, but it's good, right? Go ahead and push through that, because worst case scenario, you end up charging somebody's card too much money.
Right.
Right? Like in all the things that could possibly go wrong with your app, that is absolutely the worst thing, is that you could have some sort of like crazy recursive workflow that charges the card too much money. And at
Right.
some point they're going to stop you, like the card, and you can always refund the money. They might be
Right.
mad, but you can always refund the money.
Right.
Right. So that's the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
There's nothing, I don't like, if your app doesn't work, it's not the end of the world. If
Right.
something goes wrong, it's not the end of the world.
I don't know why I'm so nervous though. Like, I
Because
don't
you're
know.
putting your baby out there for people to
Right.
see and interact with.
Yeah.
Right. It's just been yours alone, and you've just been tinkering and working on
Right.
it and getting things done. And
Putting
now
my heart into it.
now you're
Blood,
putting
sweat,
it
and
out
tears.
there. Yeah, you're putting it out there for people to actually interact with it, and they will
Right.
have opinions,
Right.
and they will
I
let
think
you
that's
know.
what I'm most nervous about, are the opinions of it, and the, oh no, I don't think that's going to work for me, or the turn down is what I'm like kind of
Oh, the
scared of.
rejection?
Yeah.
Oh,
I know there's going to be rejection. It's just, I don't know.
You just
Hey,
like
but-
build skin.
go ahead, Thomas.
I say you just build thick skin. Just go against it.
Right.
You hear it enough times to the point where it doesn't mean as much. You
Right.
start to
Well-
you start to see past the personal feelings.
Right.
I mean, like, at what point are they actually going to have to say no to your face, though? Wouldn't the no be that they just don't sign up?
Right. You're right.
Because usually they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll take your flyer. And
Right.
then, like, they don't have to say no to your face. So, like, you might feel a little dejected if you don't get as many signups as you were hoping for.
Yeah.
Be prepared for that.
Yeah.
Right, just prepare yourself mentally, but nobody's going to stand there and say, oh, this is a terrible idea, I don't want
Right.
it. Right. People aren't like that, especially in Atlanta.
Right.
They might say bless your heart, but you know,
Right.
we can
That's
forgive
probably
them
the
for
worst thing they could say.
that.
Hilarious.
Yeah, bless your heart.
Yeah, that means like, oh, some God help you or something.
So funny. I have a friend, like a friend from way back, like when I was in middle school, I think. And she and her husband just bought like a summer, like a beach house or something. And the beach house's name, like they had like a name, like a banner or something. The house they bought was named Bless Your Heart. And so they had to change it because she said, I just couldn't have an insult be the name of my house.
Right. Crazy.
So they renamed it Turtley Awesome.
What?
Yeah. Turtle and then LY for turtle because they like turtles apparently.
Cool.
Yep. But
Oh,
yeah,
I do have a kind of a, this is on, it's still on topic, but I don't know, I may have asked this already. Like I said, I'm extremely tired, but about beta testers.
Mhm.
I think I already asked it. Never mind, because I'm about to sound.
So make a launch checklist
Okay.
before you head down to Atlanta or up to Atlanta, because I don't know where you live. But before you go to Atlanta, you're going to need to make, is Stripe the only third-party integration in your app?
I think so. I think so. Oh, I did have another question.
Mhm.
So the issues that I kept up here, it was like 2 issues. I kept them because I wasn't sure if I was going to use them, and I didn't know how to get the API for it. It was the Google Maps API.
The Google Maps API. Do you need that? Are you
So-
doing anything with maps or no?
Well, I was going to. So on what the reason why I was going to use it was because I wanted to be able to so the orders that are posted, I wanted to be able to kind of get it in a general area of a freelancer that's kind of close to where the order needs to be sent. So
Mhm.
that way the shipping cost would be low. So
Mhm.
that's why I wanted to get like a general area of where they were. And that's what I was using the maps for, but I don't necessarily know if that's something I want to do right now, but I know it will be beneficial, because if you're sending something from Virginia to California, it's going to be more than if you're already on that side, you know, on the West Coast or whatever. So I want
Yep. If you don't need it for now, just doing a 1 will work. If you need it, like if you actually need to use the Google Maps API, then we can cover that, getting your API key. Actually, we did cover that in on Friday when we had Cameron. He covered that briefly.
Oh, I'm not even gonna lie. All that stuff was so
Over your
my
head.
Yes, I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know
He
what
was-
is going on.
It was awesome. It was really awesome, but it was really advanced. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, I get it totally. What was that, Thomas?
The guy was a killer communicator.
He just
Clarity
did.
of instruction was insane.
Yeah, he was and fast, right?
Yeah.
Like he was like super fast. So,
Dude,
but
yeah.
he did get already, somebody was like, what an awesome OAuth tutorial on YouTube. So
Nice.
yeah, like it was really good.
Hear the enthusiasm too. I was like, oh man, I can feel it.
Yep. Yeah, no, he's great. Yeah, so but we can cover that more slowly and user friendly on office
I
hours
told
tomorrow.
myself
If we
I
can
was
cover.
gonna go back and watch it and try to catch on, because I saw where he was talking about the Google API, and it was just going so fast. I was like, yeah, I'm not even gonna ask any questions, because then I'm gonna sound like I haven't been watching at all.
Here, if you want to stop sharing, I'll share my screen and I kind of, there are a few different steps that you have to do in order, and he went over them all, but basically you want Google Developer Console. So what you have to do is you have to set up a project, which is what this is right here referring to. So you click in here and you click new project. And you have 22 projects remaining in your quota, but this is related to my Gmail account, right? My Google account.
So when I first started looking into the Google Map API, it said that it was like you had to make a payment or something. Is that true?
Yeah, but
Okay.
here's the thing is you have to have like 40,000 address searches per month before they start charging you.
Oh, okay.
So like you have to put a card down. This is one of the reasons why it's super important not to share your API keys with people, right? Is because like that's your secret passcode,
Right.
and so that they can't run up your charges basically.
Okay.
And they do really well. Like, so I'll just do September sandbox or something. Yeah, September sandbox. Okay. Location, I'll just leave that empty. All right. So here is where you would create your credentials for it. Well, first I want to go to that project. It's still thinking, it's still creating it. It's like, I don't like it. Okay. So make sure you're on the right one. And then you come to credentials. And then this is what you need to create, right? So you would API keys, create credentials, API key. And then you have this API key.
Okay.
And I don't have a credit card on file, so you're welcome to use this for as long as it will work, but I don't have a credit card on file. So, and then you can create this, and then you can click this restrict key here. And what it'll do is it'll give you like a way to say, okay, I only want certain like things to happen, right? This is a way to protect it more, right?
Okay.
Like I want to protect it only my IP address or only refers HTTP refers. So only people on my particular website can use this key. So like they couldn't be using it on some other website, that kind of
Right.
thing. So
Okay.
yeah, you can restrict it. But once you have it, you have it. And you
Okay.
just use the same for, I think for both of those. So
And you just went, I would just type in Google Cloud Platform or API. I missed the first part, like how you got
oh,
before
got
you.
here. I just
Yeah.
Googled. Yeah, I just did Google developer
Okay.
console.
Okay.
And then I clicked the first link.
Okay.
And that's what took me to my console.cloud.google. I can never remember this. I remember that it has Google developer and console. That's why I do it that way. So, and I'm already in my September sandbox and I can see that I have this API key.
Okay.
It's telling me that it's unrestricted to prevent unauthorized use and quota theft, restrictor key. That's why you do that. But you can just copy this key and then you can go in to, oh, I don't think I have my September thing open, but yeah, you just come in, you know where it is
Under
in here. General, is it general?
I
Yeah,
think it,
geocode API
yeah.
key and Google Map API key. So
Okay.
here,
You
and
use
then
that for
just
both?
make sure, yeah, I've
You-
used. What was your question?
You would use that same API key for both the geocode and the map?
Yeah.
API key?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep, I have. And then what you do is just make sure that you put like you upgrade to the paid. Don't wait. So I had a client who didn't put the card on file and blew and her whole site is based on people searching things by address. So they have to use like it's based on Google Maps, right? So
Right.
she blew through her searches and didn't have a card on file, so just stopped working.
Oh,
And then she was like, oh my gosh, my site's not working. And I was like, okay, let's go check it out. And then we like kind of figured out what happened. So it's better just to put the card on file because they'll let you run out your free trial and then and they still won't charge you until you blow through that like 40,000 threshold limit was the last time I checked.
okay.
So
Cool.
yeah,
Thanks.
you're welcome. All right. Do we have anything else before we wrap up office hours for this evening?
No, I don't
That's
think
a
so.
second really, like as Jay put it, really meaty session in a row.
Me?
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, we were bouncing.
Yeah, very cool. Awesome. Well, we will be back here tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So if you would like to join us for a complimentary session of office hours just to see what it's all about, you can go ahead and email us at team@CoCreative NoCode.com and we'd be happy to have you. And you can work through some bubble bugs, ask us some questions, and get to meet the crew. And yeah, hope to see you there. Thank you so much for attending, Brittany and Thomas and Kim. Thank you for making time, Kim. I know you were like walking home and all of that fun stuff. So see you tomorrow, everybody.
Alrighty, thank you.
All right, bye. Good night.
Bye-bye.